All right, guys. Happy Sunday. So, Tiffany and I just thought we'd pop on here. Every once in a while, we like to just discuss our Sunday thoughts. And it is, I guess, the 14th of September,
Well, it's-
2025.
It's always something that we do pretty regularly, not just on Sundays, but we like to share our spiritual thoughts. And I feel like that keeps us pretty well centered in our efforts to be faced towards Jesus Christ. And so we just thought today that maybe we will put it out there to maybe
Share our light.
inspire others to maybe do the same with a significant other, with a family member, with your kids, with yourself. Just maybe a daily spiritual thought.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been doing this for probably pretty much our whole dating and even marriage. We'd just be like, what's our spiritual thought for the day? Or what's your spiritual thought for the day? So, babe, what is your spiritual thought for the day?
Oh. Well, I imagined that you would go first.
Ladies first.
Well, we have just felt just the strong hastening, not only, like me personally, not only in my life, not only in the church that we attend, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, not only there, but just throughout Christianity in general, we have felt such a strong hastening of Jesus Christ's work manifesting in people's hearts. And we've met several people who have wanted to get baptized and who are just craving more in their life, something real, something that like we feel like we benefit from every day. We just feel that hastening, and it's exciting, and going from there.
Well, I think just to kind of give people who are maybe not super familiar with that phrase, like when we say hastening, we believe that Jesus Christ will come again, and that he's hastening, meaning like he's speeding up this work, and that he's not going to delay his coming. I mean, there's going to be people that listen to this and be like, you really think that Jesus Christ is coming again?
Yes.
We do. Like,
I feel it.
and I'm sure the early saints, when Christ walked the earth, when people were approaching the apostles and they said, like, you saw the risen Lord. It's like, yes. So we fully believe it. It's not just like a Christmas and Easter thing for us. It's not.
Or Sunday.
It's not a Sunday thing. Like, we are trying to make it more a part of our daily walk. That's our why. We talked about that in church today. In our men's group is like, what's your why? Everything we do is for Jesus Christ. Like, the reason he just impacts so many decisions, all of our decisions. My relationship with my wife and my kids, why we have as many kids as we do. Everything. Like, it doesn't matter for me in my profession as a realtor how many homes I sell, how expensive the homes are, or what kind of car we drive, or how big our house is. Like, none of that stuff matters. It doesn't matter how many digits are in your bank account. Like, it's when you have Jesus Christ as like your rock, your foundation, the focus of your life, it puts everything else in perspective. So when things aren't going your way, it's all good. Like, Jesus has this, right?
It's just like the quote, like, I don't need to see the sun to know that the sun is there. By the sun's light, I can see everything else around me. And same with Jesus Christ. I don't have to physically see Jesus Christ to look around and see his work transpiring every day. And it's hopeful, and it's good, and it's powerful, and it's peace. We need so much of that this day and age.
And then truthfully, like, even if, like, as many of you guys know, and many of our faith, we believe that this is Jesus Christ Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We love all people of all faiths, and we love our Christian brothers and sisters of other faiths, denominations. But even if, like, I found out tomorrow, like, somebody's, like, came up with something that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints isn't true, what wouldn't change is the way I live my life. I follow Jesus Christ, the way I treat my body, what I put into my body. I don't smoke, I don't drink. Like, that's not because my church tells me, like, oh, it's not a good idea. No, but not only was it a revelation from God to a modern day prophet back in the 1800s, but I live that way because it blesses my life, and the reason I go to church each week is it blesses my life. The reason I read scriptures, the reason I fast, the reason I pray, the reason I attend the temple, all these things point me in my life, and as flawed as I am, to Jesus Christ.
A small little clip of an interview that I saw is actually Charlie Kirk, all this Christian talk that I've heard him say recently. But this one, he was talking about one of his favorite biblical sayings, is repeated over and over, whether it was Abraham or Moses or Isaiah or Samuel, and it is, here I am. Like, Lord, let me be your servant. Let me be your vessel. Give me the marching orders. Send me. And I think just that mentality of every day in our prayers, or the prayers in our hearts, say, Lord, like, I might be really tired today. Like, I might not be in the mood today, but use me as your vessel. Who needs to hear something? Who can I reach out to? Put me in your path and use me for your good. Our past prophet, President Monson, he was big about that. He was big about, if there's ever an errand that needs to be ran, like, I hope the Lord knows his name, that Tommy Monson is there for the job. And I hope that our kids see us trying our best. We're not perfect. We are far from perfect. But see our best efforts into putting our place in that posture of, I will go and do, like, use me, Lord. So I think that's my big thought for the day.
Yeah, I think for me, like, if I were to summarize my thoughts and feelings that I've been having are really, like, probably just three little things that I'll kind of try and lump up together here. So one, like, there is evil out there. Like, there's goodness and there's evil, right? There's opposition in all things. We recently had an interaction with a new friend of mine, and I'll share a brief story. So this was about a week and a half ago. I got a phone call from the missionaries from our church, like, hey, Josh, can you come teach with us this afternoon at 3:30? I honestly didn't really want to do it because our kids get out of school around that time. I like being there to pick them up and be with them.
Yeah.
But I thought to myself, look, like, I have covenanted, I've made promises to God that I will serve in any way I can, like, give all my time, effort, energy, talents to the Lord. And I fall short of that, like, but thank goodness for Jesus Christ's grace. So I called Tiffany, I was like, hey, can I go teach with the missionary? She's like, yeah, that's fine. And she picked up the kids, and I go and teach this individual, and he has a very interesting lived experience, right, where he's seen the evil that exists in the world very, very closely. And that's changed the way I look at life a lot this last week, and how I choose to spend my time, and he's a great example. So there's evil out there, 100%, and I plan on visiting with him later and getting it on video so you guys can learn from his story. We don't glorify Satan in any way, but it is important to know that he is out there, he's real. Spirits, evil spirits do exist, and I have stories of my own that I could share that are just, they're not mind-blowing because, again, evil spirits are real.
I would just say, so fortify.
Yeah.
So take the precautions, right? Because Satan, he wants you to procrastinate. He wants you to feel comfortable. He wants you to feel like you're unworthy or just a small thing for a big problem. He wants to take away your power. I think procrastination and distraction right now are the big ones. But it is a spiritual battle.
Yeah.
And we need to fortify ourselves, turn to Christ, fill ourselves with light and goodness, scripture and the word and goodness in our hearts always.
Yeah, just constantly and anxiously engaged in good causes, I think, really helps. You're serving your brothers and sisters, your neighbors, strangers. So, along with that, my next thought would be just letting your light shine. Like, we have all been blessed with gifts, talents, in various kinds, right? Some people are really good at serving. Other people are really good at making friends. Other people are good at listening. Other people, it's knowing the scriptures very well, having a gift of discernment. The list of gifts could go on and on and on and on. So with that, you've been blessed. You, right now, whoever's watching, have been blessed with a gift and many gifts. Find out what they are and share those gifts. Let your light shine. We are living in times where it's really disgusting to get online and you see the hateful rhetoric and stuff that gets spewed out to people. There is a need for peacemakers, as President Nelson has said, and if we're letting our light shine, then we can say we're not, we're leaving it all out there, is what we can say. I feel like I've, for far too long, kind of tiptoed of like, all right, how much do I want to share the gospel of Jesus Christ? And in person, I do it a good amount. I mean, I share with people regularly, daily. But, I think I can do a better job of sharing my light and not being so concerned what other people think. So that's my thought. I guess the Lord's hastening his work because he's coming again. There's evil out there, and let your light shine.
Yep, your light coming from Jesus Christ. He is the source of all light. And so through us, we can share that. So it is beautiful.
Love you guys. Have a great Sunday.